One of the main advantages of building a tiny house is you really get to focus on the quality of everything that goes into it. And this next place we're about to visit is a fantastic example of a home which is beautiful, modern, and filled with things that you just have to love. G'day Johnny, how's it going, mate?
Nice to meet you, Bryce. How's things?
Very well, thank you, and I am really excited to check out your home here.
Yeah, I look forward to showing you through it. It's pretty cool.
And you live here together with your son, don't you?
Yeah, two of us are here, so he's here with me sort of about 9 days a fortnight, so a good chunk of the time, and it's two of us. It's a special little place for us.
Certainly is. And you've got the pup here as well?
Yeah, so the dog's here. He's part of the family as well. He's been with me for 11 years, so
cool.
Certainly a big part of the family.
Definitely. So how did you come to be living in a tiny house?
I guess the reality is it was a financial decision ultimately. You know, the housing market was just going insane, and even with the 20% deposit, you know, looking at buying something that's going to be cold and dark and damp and a not so nice part of town versus being in a brand new, modern, beautiful tiny house in a stunning part of the world.
And it certainly is a stunning part of the world as well. You've found a great parking spot for the house.
Yeah, very lucky. Probably got into it just before the rush of everybody else trying to find land. And I just put a post on the local Facebook page wondering if anyone would be sort of interested in having a tiny house or exploring the idea of having a tiny house on the land. And fortunately, the landlords of this place were open to the option.
You've even got your own access way here.
Yeah, again, they kindly put that in for us and just gives us our own little bit of privacy and then their privacy as well.
And it is a great looking tiny house. What size is it?
So we've gone for 8.2 long by 3 wide by 4.2 high.
Fantastic. And then you've got this additional unit here as well to add a bit more space.
Yeah, the pod was a nice addition just to give us a little bit more space to get out from under each other's feet. You've got the main TV in there and the guitars and the music and the Lego and the PlayStation, all those sort of things, just to really get our way and have our own little space out there as well.
Excellent. So you do a bit of music, do you?
Try to play a little bit, yeah, not as much as I'd like to these days, but certainly enjoy getting on the guitar when I can, yeah.
And what a good idea having all that stuff in a separate unit as well, because it gives you that space where you can go, be creative, or just relax and watch TV and then have a little bit of separation from the main house.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, they're not giant spaces, and you know, with a little person running around, sometimes we just need our own space, and I can kick him out here, or he can stay in here and I can go out there. And again, just that nice place to get away and have a little bit of a break from what's going on here. Living with Jack, it's fantastic. You know, we love being in the place together. Obviously, because it's a small space, we're together a lot. You know, we'll work in the kitchen together, or we'll watch a movie together. And we get on really well in here, and it's just a really nice time to be with him.
And I see you're doing a bit of gardening here as well?
Yeah, trying to get my green fingers. I wouldn't say they're particularly green at the moment, but we've built a little veggie patch there just to get things underway. And again, a little project for my son to plant things and water them and keep them going, and we'll see what comes of it.
Excellent. And shipping container here as well?
Yeah, I'm not a minimalist by nature, so I had a lot of stuff coming from other houses, and you know, there's things like bikes and tools and chainsaws and skis and all those sorts of things that just to have that space, that container to store all those things away has been a huge, huge benefit.
Yeah, and I'm 100% with you on that. I think the hardest part of living in a tiny house, if you didn't have a shed or some place to put all your tools and all of that, then it could quickly become a nightmare, eh?
Absolutely.
And can you talk to me about the design of the house?
Yeah, sort of did my research and had a look on all the different ones that are going around out there. And obviously the shadow clad that we've got here is just a slightly cheaper option, to be fair, than something like the cedar finishing. I just quite like the idea of having that wood with the touches of black, and then we've got the board and batten on the ends just to break it up a bit. And then, you know, obviously the colour steel roof. So again, it was just sort of a nice mix for me that seems to work quite well.
And you've got a cool deck area here as well, creating a nice outdoor space and a bit of a join between the house and the pod.
Yeah, so again, it gives that a little bit more living space, particularly in summer. And as you said, that connection between the two pods. But you know, the deck's really cool. This is all made out of pallets. And then we've got fence pilings on top. And if you wanted to, you could essentially unscrew it all, put it on the back of a trailer and take it away.
And a very cool fire there as well.
Yeah, so this is a nice little outdoor feature that we've got here just to really bring some light and warmth to the deck in those cooler evenings. And that for me was something I got in memory of my mum, who passed away about a year ago. For me, this represents her in warmth and light and comfort and stylish and all the things that mum was. So yeah, it's cool.
What a beautiful memento. And power and water here, are you connected to services?
Yep, we are, yeah. So we run power out of one of the landlord's sheds at the back here that we've connected through, and the same with the water that comes off their mains. And then the grey water's all taken care of through the filtration system on its way out.
Excellent, all nice and simple. Well, the house looks fantastic from the outside, and I cannot wait to see what you've done on the inside. Can we check it out?
Let's go have a look inside.
Great, after you. Oh, this is so cool. The house really has a very modern edge to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've tried to keep it nice and really clean and fresh with that. And, the blacks, the whites, and the natural wood. And the glass balustrade just really helps give a sense of size of when you walk into the house.
It certainly does. Nice seating area here as well.
Yeah, just some nice, comfortable couch seating there under the balustrade to sort of tuck away and read a book, or you can watch the TV or see what's going on in the kitchen behind us.
Bit of open storage in the stairs there too.
Yep, again, all that space that we've got under there, really try to utilise that. So we've got the space under the steps, and then also there's a nice big cupboard under the stairs at the top there, which is, jackets and vacuum cleaners and brushes and all those bits and pieces. So it's great to have that storage. In fact, there's actually, more storage than I sort of envisioned and actually need in here, which is fantastic.
Yeah, very important. And then the kitchen, wow, this thing is huge.
Yeah, look, it was certainly a key part of the build for me, was to have a really decent sized kitchen space. I enjoy being in the kitchen, so to have a space that I can, use really well, it's got all the amenities of a full-size kitchen, obviously. I mean, it is a full-size kitchen. It's probably bigger than most of the kitchens I've had in other houses, to be fair, so it's fantastic.
Having the dual fridge freezer there as well is a bit of a luxury.
Yep, it was originally white, but they've now been painted black, and just to fit them with the rest of the feel, and creates a lot more storage for all those sorts of bits and pieces rather than having a tiny bit of freezer space.
And of course, all the necessary appliances in here.
Everything you need is in here. Dish drawer, obviously 4-burner gas hobs, and then the really nice Belling combi oven. So it's an oven first and foremost, but it's also a microwave and a steamer. So it sort of cuts down on that space in terms of trying to have all of those things. It's an all-in-one.
Nice to have a breakfast bar here as well.
Yeah, great space to be able to just sit down and have the meals here together, and comfortably, plenty of room. So not having to fold out a table, it's already just there, good to go. And again, we can sit here and either have breakfast or dinner, or do whatever we do, and we can watch the TV if we want to while we're there, and just nice to be able to sit together and enjoy meals. And great space for me just to park up with a laptop, and when I'm working from home, I can sort of use it as essentially my office space.
Yeah, fantastic. What do you do?
So I contract a couple of things. I've got sort of a marketing business that does some different bits and pieces and helping clients activate their sponsorship. COVID put a bit of a killer on that in the events world. So Fortunately, I'm also a first aid instructor and a driving instructor. So
nice diversity there.
Yeah, I said it's nice to have different things to keep you busy, and it's good.
Great having the television on a swivel as well, so you can sort of move it between the spaces of the house.
Yeah, again, I can be watching while I'm cooking, or my son can be sitting on the chair and watch it, and we can swing it around. It just adds a bit more function to the room and how we can use it. Very
nice tiling work in the kitchen as well.
Yeah, the tiler wasn't impressed when I bought these tiles because they're not easy to match up, but he's done an amazing job of putting those in, and it just adds a real nice bit of pop to the room.
It certainly does. Nice window placement as well, really connecting the kitchen to the outside.
Yeah, trying to get that bit of flow, and the window's all open right up so we can pass things back and forth if we need to. But again, it just creates obviously a great amount of natural light in the room, but can really open the flow to the house and connecting out onto the deck and things.
And then I'm guessing behind that door there, we must have your bathroom.
Yep, through the set of doors into the bathroom.
Great, let's check it out.
By all means, let's go.
Oh wow, again, this is a really spacious bathroom.
Yeah, I think one of the things for me is I didn't want to compromise on small spaces, and certainly having in here, a full-size shower, lovely vanity behind us, the toilet, and then obviously the washroom space here, and plenty of storage. It's a really nice space to be in.
Yeah, absolutely everything you need. Especially nice that you were able to fit laundry facilities in here as well.
Yeah, and it keeps it all together, and that slots in nicely under there. We've got plenty of storage for all the little towels and sheets and things, and really key they've got that bench top space as well, which is really useful.
And it's really nice how you've got such a big window there as well. It lets a lot of light into the room.
Yeah, it lets a lot of light in. It also acts as a fire escape, another exit point out of the house if we need it.
Fantastic. And you've got the incinerating toilet in here as well. How are you finding that?
Yeah, look, it's fantastic. It's so easy to use, low maintenance, works really, really well. Really happy with it.
It's a really good option for people who aren't so keen on having a composting toilet, but also sort of don't necessarily want to have to plug into a full septic system.
Yeah, I think, the word composting toilet can sometimes be quite sort of intimidating for people and what that requires and what it means. But the incinerating toilet really just so easy to use, so low maintenance, obviously pretty eco-friendly. The burns can go back onto the compost and be reused. So, a really efficient and effective process.
Very good. Well, should we check out the upstairs?
Let's go have a look.
Alrighty.
So up the stairs, we've got 2 rooms. We've got my son's room up here on the left.
Oh, this is such a nice space. And gee, he's got some fantastic views from up here.
Yeah, he's got some pretty special views out that window. Probably the pick of the views of the house, to be fair. I'm not quite sure he appreciates it yet, but I'm sure he will in time.
Yeah. And what a great room for him as well. I really like how we can move right the way around the bed, and then there's room for some clothes storage and toys.
Yeah, again, plenty of room up here for him to either chill out on his bed or some floor space for him to Lego or whatever it might be. So just a really nice space for him to have his own little area.
And how is he finding life in the tiny house?
He loves the tiny house. He loves the feel of it. Again, we've got that outdoor lifestyle and hedges and trees and things, and he's got his own special little room. Yeah, he really enjoys it.
And it's nice having the walkway connecting the two loft spaces as well.
Yeah, I think, rather than having two sets of stairs or stairs and a ladders, we've just got this lovely walkway that connects the two rooms and sort of keeps them nice and sort of connected as an upstairs area.
And you can stand up on this platform as well, can't you?
Yeah, for me it's tall enough. So yeah, for you 6-foot giants, it's not quite big enough. But for me, it's certainly plenty of room for me to get under here without having to duck.
And then your sleeping loft is through there.
Yeah, I got the bigger room through there.
All right, let's check it out. Again, this is a really nice space.
Yeah, nice, decent sized bedroom, full king size bed and plenty of storage space for everything, and just a really nice sleeping space.
Nice having the windows up here as well.
Yeah, and obviously it lets in all that natural light. We've got these amazing views out through the paddocks, and I purposely haven't put the curtains in because I don't want to obscure those views. So, don't need it.
Plenty of room for all your clothes up here.
Yep, so we've got the storage space and the drawers and things, and then we've got the racks for shirts and things, and again, plenty of space for all I need.
And this is a really nice unit as well. I like this.
Yeah, these were
gorgeous timber.
Yeah, well, I think they're actually recycled canoes from somewhere like Indonesia. So they were old canoes, and they get chopped up and turned into these. So they're actually A, quite heavy, and B, pretty cool.
Very cool. And the dog's definitely found his spot up here, hasn't he?
Yeah, somehow he managed to think the bed is his and spends far too much time up here.
He looks very comfortable.
He is. Yeah, he loves it up here.
And again, it's really nice that you've got this area to stand up in as well for getting changed and all of that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just for me to be able to have somewhere that I can actually stand up fully as opposed to always being on my knees. And as you said, to be able to get dressed, to get changed, and here's great. Just that little bit of space. Love it.
So how long have you been living in the house now?
So I've been here just over 6 months now.
Great. And how are you finding tiny house life?
Well, look, I love it. I love the space. I love where we are in terms of our location, and obviously having such a beautiful modern space to be in is fantastic. Living in the tiny house, I guess, has taught me what I don't need, and that ability to really cut back on some of the things I had and still live an incredible life and be able to sort of experience and do all of those things that I want to do without having all the clutter, and to be able to have something that is mine and something that I like and I enjoy and I love, what I've built, versus moving into something that perhaps was, not really my flavour. And to have somewhere that, my son, as I said, can have some outdoor space, and I grew up in the country, so to be able to give him a little taste of that's been pretty cool.
Now you've got quite a lot going on here between the beautiful tiny house, the pod extension and the deck area. Can we talk about the cost that was involved in building this?
Yes, all up for this main unit, pod and even the deck as well, it was just a click over 200,000. So pretty lucky that we could get it done when we did for that.
Yeah, that is a great result for such a beautiful home.
Yeah, pretty happy with the result.
So now that you're all set up here in the tiny house, what does the future hold for you now?
Look, I think it's just, again, continuing to adjust to it. The veggie garden, doing a bit more outside and enjoying that sort of space, and just really embracing what we've got here and being so close to this beautiful space, bit of land we're on.
Well, Jonny, this really is such a beautiful tiny house. You have really created an amazing spot for you and your son. Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
Yeah, very welcome. It's been great.
My pleasure. What Jonny has created here really is just incredibly special. This is such a beautiful house. It is warm, it's modern, it's filled with such quality fittings. He really has created a magical space here for him and his son.